And then, bam, magic-induced orgy. One reviewer literally said it felt, quote, kind of random and weird, kind of. It's warlocks making people horny in post-apocalyptic New York. What part of that isn't weird?
For heaven's sake, can we at least introduce the book before you dive head first into the supernatural sexcapades? That's hardly the most salient point of K.A., Linde's The Wren in the Holly Library.
Oh, I think the listeners disagree. Salient point number 1. This book apparently promised Narnia and delivered. Blade Runner with werewolves and iPhones. People felt fooled. One poor soul called it aggressively 3 stars just because it wasn't what the cover promised.
It's called urban fantasy, a perfectly valid genre blending modern settings with fantastical elements. Though I concede the marketing might have been ambiguous, the real controversy, if you'd let me get a word in edgewise, is the accusation
that it's a shameless, knockoff, carbon copy of Karen Murray Moning's Fever series. Yes! Thank you! Immortal dude covered in tattoos, magical library, searching for artifacts, girl who's the only one who can do the thing, dressing her up for a party. One reviewer went from surprised to annoyed to mad. They think Linde just hit Control-C, Control-V. It's like your Fourth Wing obsession all over again. Except this time I'm right about it being derivative.
Firstly, my critique of Fourth Wing was nuanced and focused on world-building inconsistencies, not blind adoration like some people's fixation on dragon mating rituals. Secondly, while the similarities are striking, perhaps homage is a kinder.
Homage? If I painted the Mona Lisa, gave her a unibrow and called it Homage Lisa, I'd still get sued. Let's talk characters. Graves. The beast more like the boar. He's supposed to be this brooding immortal warlock, right? Readers are calling him Barons from Fever, but with much less personality. Bland, corny, secretive. Basically, every toxic boyfriend trope rolled into one allegedly hot package. Half the reviews are just Graves, and the other half want to push him into the Hudson River.
He is rather underdeveloped. All brooding mystique and very little substance. And Kierse, our supposed belle, the stabby thief. She's no better. She has trust issues. Fine. But then she supposedly gets all vulnerable with Graves. They have their specie time in the library.
With dialogue described as downright atrocious, don't forget. I bet it was like, oh Graves, your ancient power, it unzips me.
And then, after all that, she ditches him at the end based on a suspicion. It makes her look hypercritical and, frankly, a bit stupid. No wonder one reviewer said about the entire cast, they could all get hit by a bus, and I would be like, well, zero connection. Apparently, there's a diverse cast LGBTQ plus different ethnicities. Disabled character, but it felt like a DEI checklist to some just meaningless details.
Checklist characters. My favorite. Like ticking boxes for points instead of writing actual people. And the villain, entirely inconsequential. You can't have a hero without a decent villain. It's like Batman fighting a parking ticket. What about Graves' secrets? What's he hiding? Alien baby, secret stamp collection. Maybe he's embarrassed about the Fever plagiarism.
Okay, let's pivot slightly. The question remains, setting aside the alleged creative borrowing and the character assassinations we've just performed, is the Wren in the Holly Library actually any good? Because the opinions are violently split.
Violently. You've got people saying, the big twists near the end had me gasping, you all. And others saying, I was just so bored, or by the last 100 pages I was begging the book to just be over. Which is it? Is it gasp-worthy or snooze-worthy?
It seems to depend entirely on what you expect. If you want deep characters and original world building, maybe not. One reviewer compared it to if Da Vinci Code, an Avengers with a side of paranormal creatures, got dropped in the middle of New York. Which sounds chaotic.
Chaotic awesome or chaotic dumpster fire, that's the question. And the setting. Cell phones, cars, New York City club life with warlocks. It's bizarre. Does Graves take the subway? Does Kierse use Uber Eats after a long night of thieving? It breaks my brain.
Some find that blend exciting. Urban fantasy thrives on that juxtaposition. But back to the spice. You mentioned the orgy scene earlier.
Oh yeah, the random and weird magic-fueled get-together. Was consent even involved? If a warlock uses magic to make everyone randy, is that kosher? We need answers. And the dialogue during the regular spicy scenes, downright atrocious. I need examples. Did anyone share examples? We should have asked for the worst lines.
Perhaps it's for the best. But the divisiveness is fascinating. Is it Beauty and the Beast? Some say yes, some say absolutely not. Is Graves hot? Depends who you ask. Is it a rip-off? People are fighting about it right now. Some people admitted buying it just for the sprayed edges.
Peak consumerism. Ooh, pretty edges. Must buy this potentially plagiarized, boring yet spicy mess. I love it. It's like admitting you only watched Twilight for the sparkling.
All right. Final verdict time. Despite the questionable origins, the jarring setting, and the often criticised characters and spice, there are people who devoured this. So, the rating.
Easy. I give the Wren in the Holly Library 3 out of 5 blatant Control-C attempts. It's entertaining because it's a hot mess, not despite it. Points for the orgy minus points for making me think about Karen Marie Moning's lawyers.
I'm conflicted. The concept had potential, the ending twist was surprising, even if the lead-up was shaky. But the execution and the fever comparisons are hard to ignore. I'll give it a confused 6 out of 10 yellow cabs dodging werewolves. Read it if you enjoy arguing.
Next week, folks, we're tackling Gary the Gargoyle's Guide to Sentient Gardening. Apparently, the petunias stage a coup. You won't want to miss it.
That's not a real book. Please consult actual literary critics for nuanced opinions. Or don't. We'll be back.